It is January 1st, 2025. This is the first entry of the year. This is the third year of consistent content creation. I started up again in 2023, made it through that year, all of 2024. And we're starting 2025, so it's pretty cool. I don't know how many of these I've done now, but it's 2 years worth, once a week roughly, except for vacations and the odd time when things are pretty rough. But yeah, that's cool. I did a entry for my last newsletter with a video instead of just an article. It was actually more of a video entry newsletter, which is kind of weird. But I went through my goals and stuff. It was like a 40-minute video. All my goals for the year. I don't totally feel like repeating all of that just because it's 40 minutes worth. But yeah, like social media wise and stuff, I set some goals for follower counts and things like that. So nothing super exciting, but to give the standard update, this next week of work coming up is going to feel rough because last week was New Year's and, there's people kind of like still out of the office. So it's pretty calm, but like this week coming up is going to be a full week. So it's going to feel long. I'm on call. That's going to feel long too. So going to navigate that for the big project I'm working on at work, which I don't share details about because, it's not relevant for you and it can't really explain it, so it doesn't matter. But should have a pretty big status update for that coming. Basically, it's kind of like any day now. So once that gets set up, I need to be ready to, like, within a couple of days, just like be ready to provide the update. So it's going to be a lot of pressure out of nowhere, but I'm trying to get a head start on that as of this past week. So should be okay. But it's one of hopefully only 3, maybe 4 updates in total for like the 4th one to kind of wrap things up. Maybe that's in the 3rd one actually, but yeah, it's going to be the first of a few, and that's going to be a pretty big deal. So we will be doing that soon, but that's been kind of, my major focus. And like I said, on call this week is going to be, it's going to be kind of crappy just because it's going to make the week feel so much longer. It goes from like being quiet, having a day off right in the middle. So it's like two short weeks back to back, right? Like 2 days break, 2 days. Now it's going to feel like a really long week as a result of that, plus on call. It's a 12-hour shift. It's not terrible or anything, but it's like 12 hours instead of an 8-hour workday plus the weekend after these 2 little weeks. Oh, it's going to be brutal, but that's okay. So that's work. What else is going on? I got to start doing, I don't even know which direction to talk about. Let's talk about Brand Ghost first. So Brand Ghost, bunch of the team is kind of back from holidays and stuff. There's like people, like I was sick a little bit in there. I started to get sick again, and I feel like I'm maybe sneaking past that. One of the guys had COVID, so like super unfortunate. Obviously it's crappy to go through, but like, I got family and stuff to kind of navigate with that. So yeah, he was a little bit out, but we had most of the team was kind of out for holidays to spend time with their family. So going to be ramping that back up. A lot of reaching out, kind of like sales things, I guess, which were, I don't know if I said this like explicitly, probably because I talk about it a bunch, but we definitely see like when we do the outreach and it's awkward and like we just got to engage people that way. We literally see like, as we're doing that, we can see almost like a vertical line in like the user signups, and then we stop and then it flattens and then we say it again and it spikes up. So we got to stay on top of that until, I don't want to say until the time when we stop that is essentially when it's successful enough that we have people hired on to do that. So we have to keep doing it. It feels weird to say until when it's like there isn't really an until. It doesn't stop happening. It's just that we have other people to do that at some point. So got to stay on top of that. I have a big part to play there as well. But one of the other guys in the group is kind of leading that. And then because it like, because we can leverage my social profile in terms of like doing some reach out and engagement, then I will jump in as necessary, especially if it's like contacts that I have. But he's kind of sort of coordinating and navigating like who we should be reaching out to and organizing it. So super helpful. But yeah, we gotta stay on top of it. So be good to kind of start the year refreshed. Hopefully everyone's finished being sick and we're good to go. So that's exciting. The Brand Ghost feature I'm working on next is the ability to sort of listen to RSS feeds. It's got a funny name, Pub Sub Hub Bub. Really, and I think that's been renamed to just Web Sub or Web Pub. I can't remember. Web Sub, I think. Anyway, ridiculous names, but basically it's like an event-driven RSS feed. So I'm setting that up in Brand Ghost so that when you have content you're publishing, whether it's newsletter articles, blogs, video uploads, Spotify podcasts, whatever, if there's an RSS feed for it, we can get that trigger coming in. And then from there, we can add content to a topic stream, or we can make a post for it, because I am still using some external tools for that. And this is the year where I turn them all off and just use Brand Go. So it's one of the final things. And then we have to get things like Pinterest and Mastodon and Reddit support, which should be easy. Once we have that, all my other social media tools and integrations, bye forever. I can't wait. That'll be such a relief. So that's what I'm working on with Brand Ghost on the technical side, and then sort of like the sales side. So that's where things are at. I keep looking over at my whiteboard to see if I have any inspiration for things to talk about. I'm gonna film a few YouTube videos after I film this. This is actually, it's a nice like bit of an icebreaker to get into the mode of like being in front of a camera and talking and stuff. It's funny, like when I record stuff, even for like on live streams or for Code Commute. There's a few videos for Code Commute that I've done, like sitting here and talking to my little camera. It's plugged in, charging, so I don't want to lift it up. But this little portable camera I have, when I just talk into that, kind of like I'm doing right now, right? It's so easy and natural just to do it. And then I go to like have like a more educational or like sort of professional thing that'll get edited. And even though it's going to get edited, I'm screwing things up like nonstop. Like a video like this, there's probably most of it I wouldn't really need to edit realistically, because I'm not like saying a sentence, blah, 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 and then I'm like, okay, stop. And then you have this awkward silence. And then I need to kind of go into the next thing. Like that's what's happening in my other YouTube videos. Or I'll say something and kind of like mess up the tail end of it and then go, oh, and then, okay, let me try again. Say something and mess up the tail end of it and go, okay, like almost there, like one more time. So you don't see all that stuff because it gets edited out. But when I talk like this, or when I'm doing Code Commute, supernatural. So supernatural. See, I would edit this part out because it's funny. But the point of all this is that I'm trying to practice more and more having these natural conversations, right? Being able to share stuff, articulate my thoughts, and try to get it out clearly the first time. And that way, when it comes down to editing things, hopefully where the time's being spent is not like, oh, Nick's messing things up. The time is being spent like, how do we enhance this? How do we add in B-roll? There's always going to be like, a video's never going to be perfect. I'm not trying to say like I can't make mistakes, but I would like to make sure that what I'm speaking about is much more, it feels more natural, if I can say it that way. So that's a goal of mine. But anyway, so I'll be doing some YouTube videos after this, keep the momentum going, because I want to keep to my 3 a week. That is a goal of mine. With that said, though, I think when I put out my newsletter, between Dev Leader, live streams, and Code Commute, I think I had, including the newsletter video itself, I had 14 videos get published last week that were long form, which is nuts. It's absolutely crazy. When I started creating content in 2023, I said, okay, you're going to stick to 3 long form YouTube videos a week. Suck it up, deal with it, right? So being able to get up to like, that's literally like 14 is crazy. This is technically the 15th. I could have filmed this earlier in the week. So like it's a lot of video content. So it's good practice. I hit 9,000 YouTube subscribers today on the main channel. Code Commute is so close to 1,000 and so close to the monetization watch time. Like I think it's like 30 hours or something. I think you need 12 subscribers and 30 hours. So it's going to be monetized this week, which is crazy. But something that's also very interesting is that I was just making a post about the 9,000 YouTube subscribers. There's over 300 full-length videos, not including live streams, on DevLeader. There's almost 700 including shorts and stuff. But over 300 full-length videos. There's 70 live streams. I'm not even including this channel. Those used to be on that on the main DevLeader channel, so I'm not including those because that's a whole separate channel. So over 300 over a couple years, and Code Commute is already, after a few months, it's already at like 100 videos. So I'm getting a lot of watch time because there are a lot of videos getting cranked out, and it's easy to film them because it's just talking in a car. But the watch time is also like, it's up pretty high per video just because the length of the video and the style. So it's a really interesting take. And I'm also finding I wanted to put this into practice, and it is working quite well, at least from my perspective. I can use Code Commute to talk about random topics, stream of consciousness. People seem to enjoy it. And then I can take those, I can do a live stream about it on DevLeader. So tomorrow's live stream is going to be about how to approach projects as a beginner, right? So like things that you can, the types of projects you can build to learn, to put on a resume. Pardon me, I have heartburn. That's why I'm like holding it in when you see me like wincing and taking a break to pause. But that's from a Code Commute live stream. And then I'm going to take Code Commute stream of consciousness video. It's not live. That would be another level. So I'm going to live stream that on DevLeader. And then once I've gone through that, it'll be 2 times that I've had an opportunity to process that. And then I'm going to make a YouTube video about that. And I did this already for 2 other topics. One was becoming a manager, and the other one I think is coming out this week. I can't remember what the video is. But anyway, the point is that I can leverage Code Commute to kind of get a feel for like what I want to talk about, and then polish it up in an edited video. So I'm going to keep on top of that, because the nice thing is, if I'm ever feeling like on my DevLeader channel, like, oh, like I don't know what to make a video about, because that'll happen. We're on the technical side. I'm like, oh no, like I'm feeling like I don't have like a series of things I want to make. But if that ever happens, I shouldn't have a shortage of content, because I can always look at what I'm doing on Code Commute. For Code Commute, I just open up Reddit. If I don't have questions from people, it's right to Reddit. What are people asking about? I'll just answer it. So, that's it. I'm just saying all this because I think that's working really well. Something that, just to go back to Brand Ghost, something that I'd like to integrate into Brand Ghost is that either for articles, for both articles and for video entries, I would like to be able to either pull the article or, and in a different feature that's similar, pull the transcript from the video, feed it into AI and say, help me make posts out of this. Right? So the whole point being endless content. So for me, it's a lot of the time like writer's block. Like I don't know what to write about. And then the stuff that AI generates currently is like, it's pretty crap. But at least I'm like, oh, like there's a skeleton of a post that I can use. Like, let me take that and roll with it, and I'll make it better. And I actually used this with Brand Ghost itself today, because we started... I'm jumping around here a little bit, but we started the Brand Ghost blog website so that we can have more SEO. And then I'm taking those articles that are being written, I'm putting them through AI to say, hey, like generate some post ideas out of this, but we should be using Brand Ghost itself to do that. The other point of that, to link it all together, was like, that's going to help with the RSS stuff, or the event-driven things. So when I post a blog article, that can get published by Brand Ghost itself, added into a topic stream. Hell yeah. All sort of automatic. So looking forward to that. Otherwise, probably the only other update is going to start on another course. It's due at the beginning of February, so I got about a month to do it. It's a career-focused one on Dome Train. And then I was talking to Nick Chaps a little bit. I think probably the direction I will be taking with the most of the course time this year will be on the Let's Build It style courses, which are significantly longer. So most of the long courses are like 5 to 6 hours. These ones are like 15 hours, and they're a complete, like from the complete beginning of building something all the way to the end, including deploying it, showing every step along the way. So I'm going to try to do like 4 of those this year, which is going to be a huge effort. So yeah, anyway, that's I haven't even picked the applications that are going to get built, but I got to kind of go through that mental exercise and start putting that together as well. So pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, start of the year. Let's get it. Again, thanks for, if you're watching this, thanks for your support. It'll be funny if it's just me reflecting on these videos and whatever, however many years from now, and the view count is still like 1 for me checking it out when it's uploaded. That's cool too, because you got to keep up the consistency. So this helps. I'll see you next time. Take care.